Presiding Officer's Diary. This video is prepared by Dr. Y.P. Singh of SR Government Polytechnic College, Sagar, Madhya Pradesh. Disclaimer: this training material is for use in training of election officials. It should not be referred as guidelines of Election Commission of India. In case of any variance in this training material, the ECI guidelines or rules or laws shall prevail. All the proceedings connected with the conduct of poll in the polling station are recorded in the presiding officer's diary. It is the foremost duty of presiding officer to go on recording the relevant events as and when they occur in the presiding officer's diary. Presiding officer should fill all the necessary entries in the relevant columns of the diary at regular intervals or from time to time. It has been observed in many cases that the presiding officers do not make the entries in the relevant columns of the diary at regular intervals. This is highly objectionable. It should be noted that any lapse on PO's part in the proper maintenance of diary at all points of time during the process of poll will be very seriously viewed by the Commission. In this video, we will discuss how to fill the PO's diary. In point 1, name of the constituency will be written. Point 2 is for writing date of poll. Point 3 is number and name of polling station, and also the location of polling station will be written. Whether the building is government owned or quasi building or private building or temporary structure. In point 4, presiding officer will write about the number of polling officers recruited locally. Generally, the answer is 0. However, if presiding officer recruit any local polling officer, then write the number. In point 5, appointment of polling officer made in the absence of duly appointed polling officer, if any, and the reason of such appointment. If any polling officer is provided by the sector officer, then write the number and the reason thereof. Point 6 is about the EVM. The number and serial number of control unit and ballot unit used at polling station will be written. Because of some reason, if EVM is replaced during poll, then also do the entry of second EVM also. Point 7 is regarding green paper seal. Point 7a is regarding number and serial number of special tags supplied, used and returned. Point 7b is regarding number and serial number of ABCD strip seal supplied, used and returned. Point 7c is regarding VVPAT. PO will write number and serial number of VVPAT used at polling station. In the subpoint of 7c, the word printer is used. Here, printer means VVPAT. Because of some reason, if VVPAT is replaced during poll, then also do the entry of second VVPAT. In point 8, the number of candidates who had appointed polling agents at the polling station will be written. Just write the number. No need to write the name of the candidate. Point 9 is regarding polling agents. Number of polling agents present at the commencement of poll, number of polling agents who arrived late, number of polling agents present at the close of the poll. Just write the number. No need to write the name of the polling agents. Point 10 is regarding total number of voters assigned to the polling station. Number of voters allowed to cast votes as per marked copy of electoral roll. Total number of electors entered in the register of voters form 17A. Number of voters recorded as per the voting machine, that is control unit. This figure can be obtained by pressing the total button of control unit. Number of voters deciding not to record vote, if any. First polling officer and second polling officer shall put the signatures. Up to this point, both the polling officers are also responsible for any mistake in the entries in the relevant part. Point 11 is regarding number of electors who voted. Male, female, third gender and total. Generally, polling officer 1 maintain this record. Point 12 is regarding challenge vote. Point 13 is about the number of persons who have voted on production of election duty certificate. Point 13A is about overseas electors. Point 14 is about number of voters who voted with the help of campaigns. Point 15 is about number of voters who cast through proxy. Point 16 is regarding tendered votes. Point 17 is regarding declaration by the elector about their age. Point 18 is regarding adjourn the poll, and if so, the reason for such adjournment. If for some reason the voting has to be postponed or adjourned for some time, then the presiding officer shall make a note about the adjournment along with the reasons thereof. Point 19 is about number of votes cast every 2 hours. The number of votes casted in every 2 hours has to be written. In general, the polling parties make a mistake in filling this part. If 50 voters have voted between 7 am and 9 am, then 50 will be written. If 100 voters have voted between 9 am to 11 am, then 100 will be written and not 150 will be written. This means that the number of votes casted during every 2 hours will be written and not the total number of votes casted till that time. Point 20 is regarding number of slips issued at the closing hour of the poll to electors standing in the queue. Usually, the voting ends at 5 pm or at the time fixed by the Election Commission of India. If voters are present at the polling station just before the closure of poll, then they will be allowed to cast vote and the poll will continue until the last voter uses his franchisee, even if voting continues till 6 pm or 7 pm. Time at which poll is finally closed after the last such elector cast his or her vote will be noted. Point 21 is regarding electoral offences with details. Presiding officer shall be very careful while making entries in this section. Point 22 is about poll interruption or obstruction. If any interruption or obstruction has occurred during poll, then its detail will be written. What kind of obstruction was observed, like riot, open violence, natural calamity, booth capturing, failure of voting machine, any other cause. This point is also very important, so presiding officer shall be very careful while making entries in this section. Point 23 is about poll vitiated by any voting machine used at the polling station. Basically, it is about EVM VVPAT. Point 24 is about serious complaints, if any, made by the candidate or agents. Point 25 is about number of cases of breach of law and order. Point 26 is about reports of mistake or irregularities committed, if any, at the polling station. Point 27 is about the declarations made before the commencement of the poll and, if necessary, during the course of poll when a new voting machine is used, and at the end of the poll as necessary. We can say that this poll is connected with mock poll. Presiding officer will put his name and signature along with date and place. In this video, we have discussed about presiding officer's diary. If you have any queries or suggestions regarding this video, then please contact to the mail as shown. For more election related videos, please visit the web address shown on screen. This video is recorded in the voice of Vaishali Tamrakar of SR Government Polytechnic College, Sagar, Madhya Pradesh. Thank you.